Are you tired of manually gathering data from websites? Well, it doesn't need to be that way. You can still have access to real-time data from multiple sources without having to spend hours manually extracting it. Hexomatic allows you to easily scrape data from websites and search results so that you can make more informed business decisions and gain a competitive edge. You can use the free time to analyze more data and make sure that you are taking data-driven decisions and, of course, also get successful results faster. In this video, you will learn what is Hexomatic, how it works, the pros and cons, and if you stay until the end, you will also see some scraping automation practical examples and you can decide if it's right for you or not. Hi, I'm Hugo from waytake.com, and in this video I will show you what Hexomatic is, how it works, and by the end you should be able to decide if it is right for you or not. Hexomatic is a web scraper that will automatically collect data from the internet. This includes products, product information, directories, prospects, and even listings at scale. And then you can convert or deliver the results in different formats such as PDF, a spreadsheet, turn it into audio, or just pass the information through an external automation by using other software such as Zapier. This means you can automate tedious, competitive data and data entry tasks that can be executed automatically every single day, week or month instead of doing it manually as the results or listings on a website get updated. Hexomatic is great for e-commerce businesses who want to track competitors' pricing, get product descriptions and images at scale, but also collect reviews from competitors. Sales teams can get more prospects using Google search by scraping webinar attendees and sponsors for even more leads, but they can also find local businesses and also scrape online directories. As a marketer, you can see where your competitors are getting traffic from, you can detect the technology or a content management system that's being used by a website, for example for offering WordPress services. You can get who is, details and domain expiry of domains in bulk, which can also be useful for someone who wants to buy and sell domains for profit but also has other use cases. And you can also scrape SEO tags and use them to rank higher. You can even automate finance or investment research by scraping stocks, cryptocurrency, currencies, and other prices for investment assets. Hexomatic has three main components, which are workflows, scraping recipes, and automations. Workflow is the process of getting data from a website and then compiling it into another format, such as a Google Sheet. The scraping recipes allow you to choose where and what data to get, and then you can integrate it in a workflow and tell Hexomatic what you want to do with that data and how to deliver it to you. And then the workflow uses the data from an automation which will do something with that data. When it comes to pricing, there are three base plans for both monthly and annual subscriptions. Like most cloud software, the annual subscriptions are a bit cheaper but require a bigger commitment to the software and respective payments, where you pay an year up front. If you never tried the software, you can actually request a demo and try it for free during 7 days to know whether or not it is a good fit for you or your business. For the monthly options, there's the silver plan for $49 per month, 4,500 automation credits and a limit of 10 workflows running all together at once. Then there is the gold plan, which starts at $99 per month with 10,000 automation credits, but can go all the way up to $990 per month, depending on how many automation credits you need, and the simultaneous workflows are unlimited in this case. The annual plans keep the same main features for both silver and gold, and the only main difference is the price and the billing. The silver costs $490, which would be around $41 per month, while gold starts at $82 per month and goes all the way up to $820 $25. There are multiple options depending on how much credits you really need to avoid overspending, even if you don't need them. If you scroll down, you will notice there's a premium credits add-on for $9.99 per month. The premium credits are used for premium automations that require third-party services outside of Hexomatic, which means they come at a higher cost or they require some human action. The premium automations include DeepL and Google Translate, Google and Google Maps data, email enrichment, traffic analysis, residential proxies, Amazon data, and also SEO backlink data. But you will see later on, once we go through the actual dashboard, what those premium automations are. Now let's round up some of the Hexomatic pros and cons. It is easy to create workflows and scraping recipes. It is very flexible for just one scraping tool. It includes step-by-step guides covering a lot of tools on the Hexomatic Academy, which keeps the load on the support much lower, which also allows it to have a very fast product support. And they also keep consistently updating existing functions and adding new ones. When it comes to the cons or problems that you may eventually face are the fact that the very extensive scraping tasks can take a while and sometimes might get stuck, so you might need to deconstruct them in smaller chunks. A lot of local directories and local business sites work, but some other sites just won't display the results, or you will not see the preview as you expect it to, or it might result in an error even if you are using a residential proxy. Once you sign up, you will see the main dashboard with some stats for credit usage, traffic usage, and the status of your workflows. At the top right, there is a counter for the productive time saved, and this represents roughly the time you are saving by using automations instead of doing that task manually. Just below that, you can see what workflows are currently running or done already, and you can also monitor your automation in premium credits. Now let's go with the scraping recipes. There are two ways to use scraping recipes. You can create your own recipe or use scraping recipe templates from the recipe library. Most of the times, using a recipe from the library will save you time and it's much easier to do, but when you create your own scraping recipes, you have more control over the data that you want to scrape. Creating a scraping recipe is very easy. You just need to give Hexomatic the URL for a page or website you want to get data from, then select a browser mode, proxy mode, and click preview to see the live page of the URL you just entered. Sometimes certain URLs will not work or only work with a certain proxy mode, so be aware of that. Then you will need to select the data you want to scrape, for example titles, a top Yelp review, or images. You can either select a single element or click on it and then select all at once, meaning that you can get all the titles, all the images, or all of other elements at once. And of course that recipe can still be used when the page is updated with new info, because the elements will still get detected. At the right, you can see the number of elements you have selected. Give it a field name, for example title, choose a type, which in this case would be text, and to make sure you will scrap exactly the data you want, make sure to check the sample value to see if it matches what you have selected on the preview. With everything selected and ready to go, you can click on save, but don't forget to add a title and recipe description. This will make it easier later on to find that specific recipe if you have created multiple ones. Using templates from any Hexomatic library will be as close as it gets to a one-click trouble-free approach to scraping data, and that also applies to the recipe library. This is also where you will be able to get a better idea of what you can do with the software. Right away you can see a lot of listing sites and others where you can extract data from. Feel free to pause the video or slow it down to check some of these in more detail. I'm just going to point some of them out. So you can scrape trendy Quora questions to get insights for content marketing and potential Quora questions you want to answer to get more traffic or build some backlinks. You can also get the best AppSumo deals to promote as an affiliate, purchase, or just see what's doing good if you want to launch your own app app on their marketplace. You can also scrape job titles and listings for multiple websites if you are looking for a job or you want to create your own job board website, and there are many more ready to use recipes you can choose from. And again, preview, select the elements and save the recipe to use later on a workflow. These recipes that come in the form of templates already come with pre-selected URLs and elements to scrape, but you can add your own or modify the existing ones if you want a different result. There are 4 ways to start a workflow. You can use a workflow template from the workflow library. You can also use a data input in form of a CSV file, text, PDF, but also audio images or a list of keywords or URLs. You can also use ready-made automations from the automation library, which I'm going to also talk about later on. Or you can just start from a recipe that you've just created before, or just create one right now from a custom URL. For this example, I'm going to use the previous nightlife Yelp recipe and add one automation. There are a lot of options here, as you can chain multiple automations and scraping recipes together on the same workflow. We'll soon explore more automations. Right now, I'm just going to keep it simple and select the export to Google Sheets automation to get the data in a Google Sheet, which is probably the easiest way to read and edit it. Now that the workflow is ready, I can run it right now, use an ExoWatch trigger, or schedule the workflow according to a specific time zone, start date, and the extraction frequency, which defines how often it gets data from that source. Then you will find your current workflows by clicking on the workflow tab at the left side menu. If you want, you can delete, modify, pause, run, or export the results to your preferred format. Just like the recipe library, there's also a workflow library with a lot of templates you can use for marketing, sales, and research. Some of these workflow templates will allow you to verify a list of email addresses, scrape B2B leads from Google Maps, find affiliates for your own products, get influencer contact details for possible sponsorships, partnerships, and paid mentions, improve your website SEO with audits, and even find backlinking opportunities or guest posts. You can see all the workflow templates available before making any purchase by going to the workflow library section on their website. Now let's take a closer look at the automations. There are 2 main categories: the built-in automations and the premium automations. As the name suggests, premium automations are the ones that require premium credits to run, which are the credits that you need to buy separately for more advanced and complex tasks, while the built-in automations are already included in your plan and will use regular automation credits. There are just too many options here, so let's just go through some of them. So you can turn your final result into audio with the AI audio transcript. You can extract text from images. You can convert between currencies, discover the tech behind a website or a CMS, translate text results, get SEO metrics and tags, or even use some integrations such as Zapier, Slack, Telegram, and others. If you want to see some more automations, you can click on the automations title once you visit the Hexomatic site, or just by going through the top bar options while visiting the Hexomatic homepage. Hexomatic has some integration options you can see by just scrolling to the homepage, such as Telegram, Slack, Google, Discord, Public Connect, Webhooks, API, Zapier, Connect IT, Make, Integrately, Microsoft Teams, WordPress, Google Drive, and Google Sheets. If the service or software you want to connect with Hexomatic directly is not available, then you can always use Zapier, Make, or Integrately for more complex automations and to connect different apps together. Here are some workflows I have built to use myself, or just show some live examples so that you can better understand how they work. The first one is called Quora Tech Trends, and if I open it up, you will see that it only has 2 steps. First, it will scrape Quora questions and links on the technology trends topic, as you can see from the URL, and then it will extract the results to a Google Sheet called Quora Tech Trends. Then we have the second workflow, which is the influencers contact details, and as the name suggests, this workflow will find influencer contact details. First, it will perform a Google search and get SERP work data from the results, matching the keyword Hexomatic review. Then it will scrape any email addresses it finds on the URL search results using the domain names as a source, but it will also scrape emails from related social media profiles or websites that an influencer might use to post their content. It will also scrape all social media profiles of that influencer so you can take a look at their work or contact them if you can't find their email. Now let's talk about the Yelp workflow associated with the Yelp listings scrape recipe I mentioned earlier. It's another simple example where it will first scrape names, top reviews and the images of the nightlife Yelp listings in San Francisco, California. And then it will create a Google Sheet called Nightlife Yelp listings with all the data. The last example is useful to perform regular accessibility website audits, and it will start by crawling your website and then creates an accessibility audit based on IBM or WCAG standards that you can export and use to improve your website or for client websites. Now that you know how Hexomatic works, you should be able to make the final decision and know how to use it for your own scraping and research needs. If you are currently using any other data extraction or lead generation tool, let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video and subscribe for more useful marketing and automation apps. If you want to get Hexomatic, you can click on the link down in the description or in the pinned comment. Besides Hexomatic, Hexact also has other products such as Hexowatch, Hexometer and also Hexospark. I will also link those down in the description as well. You can check other useful marketing apps by clicking on the card at the top or by clicking on one of the playlists that are also on the description. Thanks for watching and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.